Welcome to Tepid Talks with Diggerphox, where I, the not-so-famous YouTuber Diggerphox Games, talks about a topic that I've picked that is not a hot topic, but very tepid, like the tea I drink. That was loud. Today's topic that I've picked is quality content. Now, you might be thinking, well, what do you know about quality content? You make Pokemon videos, 3 of which are in 144p. They're more deep-fried than a 2017 meme. And you'd be right, they are. Like, it looks really bad. But I don't mean quality content, I mean the quality of a video. Like, the video quality. Of course, I will be talking about other, factors in quality content, but the first thing I want to talk about is video quality. You might notice that I said 3 of them. There are 4 of them. The Munchlax video looks way better, and you should go check it out. You can even skip the first 3. I wouldn't mind. But just run up the Munchlax one. And you know what? Run up this video. So I can do more of these. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So, yeah. If you didn't know, because I'm sure most people haven't looked at my community tab ever, I was last using an editing software called KDN Live, and I was rendering my videos through it too, and for some reason, KDN is weirdly shitty about rendering videos, and all of them come out like garbage. So I switched to DaVinci Resolve, and I mean, most people would be like, oh wow, that's how that works. No. That shit crashed like 5 times. So I just went back to the garbage. And when I went back to the garbage, instead of just posting the rendered video, I went through, Filmora. And for some reason, Filmora, this shitty-ass editing service, I don't mean shitty-ass, like, it's good, I'm sure. I'm sure people make videos with it. But it's just not great. You know what I'm saying? But it renders things in 1080p, so of course I'm going to be using it from now on. That's just like a quality report that I'm giving you. But now, let's talk about the other things that cause quality in a video, such as audio quality. Now, I'm not quite famous for my audio quality. I'm recording without a microphone, under a blanket, just sitting in front of my monitor. I have it draped over, right? And that's why I breathe like through my mouth so often. I have to take like oxygen breaks. Like, hold on, let me take my head out of the blanket for a bit. It doesn't help that I'm under here with this hot ass monitor glowing in my face, Oh, the blanket's falling off. It doesn't help that I'm under here with this hot ass monitor just glowing in my face. You know what I'm saying? And, but in relation to audio quality, I wanted to talk about a couple of friends of mine. The runners of the not so well known YouTube channel, just like mine, the Tables Podcast, where they talk about things, but the problem is their audio quality is not great. And, they dropped some pretty big racks on Shure microphones. And if you don't know what Shure microphones are, it's spelled Shure. It's a company that makes microphones and shit. I don't know much about Shure either. I could Google it, but I'm not going to. They make microphones and shit. And I was thinking about getting one because, that recently I've attained some money. I have like $300 now. That's pretty cool. I'm still a broke bitch, but I mean, yeah. And, so even with Shure microphones, their audio quality is worse than mine. And God, I hope you two see this. Diego, Jacob. I didn't just name drop people. They say their names all the time. Don't worry about it. Now, if you see this, because it'll give you an idea of how you should make your audio for your podcast. Record it in some form of audio recording software And pretty much all of them, every single one, and this is also to everybody out there who has their weird scratchy audio, every single one of them has some form of audio background noise correction where you can, fix that shit. Because you need to fix that shit. And I don't know why you dropped like $700 worth of equipment on your 6 subscriber YouTube channel. Holy hell, man. But the review of that isn't coming until later. I actually, I have an upload schedule now, right? So, like, every week, like, once you see that one of my Pokemon Challenge videos is a week old, a new one is going to drop. And every, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday, depends when I get this out, right? A new Tepid Talks with Diggerphox is going to come out. And the next, topic for the next one is podcasts in general. And, things I like about them, things I don't like about them, things that people just keep doing that are going to keep their podcasts, under all the big ones. Like, just talking about recent news, that's not the best strategy, right? I know people listen to podcasts for the recent news a lot, but, there are bigger podcasts that do that. So you gotta talk about, like, personal things. Like, Diego's a very interesting person. He's gotten run over, like, 5 times. He hasn't told me the full stories on any of them. He's only told me, like, snippets of them. So, what if he talks about that in his podcast instead of, like, Andrew Tate getting arrested, or if pizza boxes and Big Mac boxes are recyclable? You know what I'm saying? You can't respond to me, but do you know what I'm saying? This video's thumbnail, and also the thing that's playing that's just there in the back when you're listening to this, that's pretty important to me. It's probably the biggest effort I've put on a thumbnail. Like, I'm back to drawing my thumbnails, and I'm not a very good artist, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail. But I'm back to drawing my thumbnails, and you might be like, back? But, Digger, you're not... All of your videos are just these little thumbnails, the basic Pokemon Challenge thumbnail. The region, the Pokemon you're using, can I beat insert Pokemon logo here with insert Pokemon here, or can I Nuzlocke insert Pokemon game here with only these type of Pokemon, right? Or like this color of Pokemon, or this Pokemon that evolved with like this certain condition or something. And like, yeah, that's like, what they are. And that's what mine are as well. But when I say back, I mean like real back. If you could check my Jit days, my youngin days, what some people may call the Graba days, on the Diggerphox Games channel. Now, shouldn't look for it, because it's gone, it's deleted. But maybe I'll make like an archive or something for it. But I used to draw all of my thumbnails in MS Paint. And, honestly, I think I've gotten, better at drawing since then. I would pray I have. This tea is really tepid. Like, this isn't even hot anymore. It's not even warm anymore. Fuck. I'm gonna take an oxygen break real quick. Well, I was planning on making a separate video about this, but I was planning on making a separate video. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me better. I was fixing my hair. But I was planning on making a separate video about this, like a review on the Tables podcast. But I think I'm going to do that now, because I have a lot to say. Like, a lot. Like, so much. Because it's all I've been thinking about for like a day and a half. And it's just, like, holy shit. So here's some advice. I hope, they see this. So run this up so it comes in the recommended. So that they can improve, right? So, first things first. Their pacing. Their pacing is terrible. And I know I can't talk about good pacing. Because I'm sure most of you dropped off at like the 3-minute mark, maybe even the 1-minute mark. Maybe you just don't like the sound of my voice. Maybe I'm going too slow for you. But their pacing is really bad. And they just don't sound like they want to be there most of the time. And their tone of voice is no. And it's like, so why are you making the podcast if you don't want to be here? You know what I'm saying? Of course, in the most recent one, they do sound like they want to be there. But that's after like the first 7 minutes. Oh yeah. It's like an analogy I can use for anybody who found my channel that's a Pokemon fan. They're like Regigigas, right? Oh. They're like Regigigas. They have a slow start. Except instead of getting the stats of like a legendary after their slow start, they get the stats of like a Raichu. It's not that big an improvement. You know what I'm saying? Second big issue I have with them. Their upload schedule. And I know that's rich coming from somebody like me, whose upload schedule, you know, looks like 6 months ago, 6 months ago, 2 months ago, a day ago, or 2 days ago if this came out on Sunday. It's just not a very good looking schedule, right? It just looks like I don't post often. It looks like I just do a shitty job. But that's because what I do is very time intensive. Like, every day I come home, I play Pokemon almost all day, and then once I'm done, I edit all day. And that's what I do, and that's my day to day. That's everything. I write the script, I edit the video, I make the thumbnail, I hope I can get it out in a, you know, mannerly amount of time. But for them, their shit is like, what, monthly? And all they do is make a Discord call, right? Upload more, guys! Upload more. Please. Holy shit. I didn't think I needed to say that. Because it's like, please upload more. And the next thing. They're guest stars. I have no problem. Hey, hold on. Let me fix this blanket. Let me fix the blanket. Let me fix my hair. I have no problem with the guest stars that Tables Podcast gets. Because they only got one. And he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Bluetooth logo. I'm in like 2 of his videos. And honestly, his stuff is just, you know, good fun. Right? It's enjoyable. So, yeah, you go give it a watch. Not right now, but, you know, later. And his episode, the episode that they have him on, is the best episode of the Tables Podcast. And you want to know why? It's because he has this energy about him. You know, Bluetooth logo, Justin Liquid, is a very energetic and entertaining person. And I was very interested in every question that he answered. Because he's, you know, he's speaking his truth and all that. I don't know if it's just me, but I think I like to hear about stuff, right? I don't want to hear about nothing. On like fucking, you know, random news that I don't care about, because I can get that anywhere. I can get that from a fucking Minecraft YouTuber if I really wanted, right? They talk about everything. They talk about everything and anything. I could get that from anyone. But, you know, so they need energy, right? And there used to be a third host, my friend Caden, right? And, you know, they should have kept him on. He would have given that energy. He's a very energetic person, you know? But, problem with that... Ugh. Slight interruption. I had to go do something. My blanket didn't dip into my tea. But, what was I talking about? Caden, right. He used to be on. And, now he's not. And the reason that was sustained for me by another one of my friends was that Caden talked too much on the podcast. And another thing disclosed from Caden was that there was a 15-minute clip of him ranting about birthday cake being not a flavor on the Tables Podcast Instagram, which is gone now because he's been, excommunicated or whatever. Which is like, shit, man. It's a podcast. You have to talk. You know? Wow. I just realized it shows how much disk space I have for recording, and I got like 54 hours. Obviously, you're not going to be here for that long. You're going to be here for like 30 minutes, because I don't have that much to actually talk about. Since this is like a startup episode, I have so many more ideas. But, wow, that went down. When was it? Oh, yeah. Another thing. Music. I feel like this video is going to have some sort of slight, little, low-volume music in the background, right? Because music really makes an atmosphere. And they just don't have that at all. There's no atmosphere there. And, it made me think to myself, I wonder what everybody else, right? So when I first watched, one of their videos, right, I thought to myself, I wonder what everybody else thinks about this, because we're all in their Discord, and we're all like, oh yeah, run it up to everybody who's in there, and everybody that we, meet who talks about it, right? And we're all like, run it up, run it up, run it up. And I went to my friends and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Because I never listened to this before. And this is my first time listening to this. And I'm sure you guys are all like returning listeners. And they all told me they have never sat and listened to a full episode of the Tables Podcast. And I was like, you guys are fake supporters. You guys are fake. What? I mean, I'm not fake. I never claimed to have ever watched, but everybody else did. They were all like, run it up and all that shit. I'm like, well, fuck. Fucking Christ, man. Okay. Whew. Shit. Okay. I'm back. Or am I? Am I back? Okay, I don't think anybody's, gonna come in. I had to get me a refill of tea. And also, I was, stuck in my room for like 20 minutes because, somebody was doing such and such in here. I don't remember. What was I talking about? I think it was Caden, right? I mean, should he be on? I don't really know. Probably. But, oh yeah. I guess I gotta say, right? No shade to the Tables Podcast. I don't hate it. When I said the thing about the pizza boxes and the Big Mac containers, that was the most entertaining part of the most recent video. That's good. That's good content. That's what I came for. On that topic, why don't I do a little something they did, right? They did a little interview thing with Bluetooth logo. Well, actually, I don't want to do that yet. I want to, never mind. Oh, I wanted to talk about, things that'll happen in this podcast. One, it won't just be me. I'll get people on. I'll call some people. It won't be famous people, but they will be on. And I will draw them in the thumbnail. Not them as a person, but I'll do something. There is way more cuss than there needed to be in this. Like, dear God. Like, holy shit. The process of recording something, like, without a script, and without, like, days of preparation is so fucking annoying. And I know I was just on somebody about something, but there's this fucker in the background now. And he's usually not there, right? He's usually, you know, he's somewhere else. But now he's here. You probably can't hear him. Homeboy back there. Probably can't hear him because I'm under a blanket and shit. But still, I don't know. I find it very uncomfortable to have somebody in, you know, the area while I'm, you know, saying shit. I don't know. Cause like, what if he says something fucking crazy? Right? And I just don't feel like sifting through all this fucking recording to dig it out. It's like, damn. Well, shit. Now my fucking channel's gone. Wouldn't be that big a deal, actually. That's not an invite, though. Where was I? Oh yeah, there's gonna be people on. I could call people. Which, considering what I was just saying, doesn't seem like the best idea. Like a lot of people I know, I would not trust to be on a podcast. That's not what this is, actually. But I wouldn't trust them to be on any type of audio medium because they would say some out-of-pocket shit. Like, it's crazy what those fuckers would say. I mean, maybe I could get a couple on for the next topic. Not like a couple, but one person on for the next topic. Which is just the concept of podcast. Maybe I could get somebody from the Tables podcast on the one for the concept of a podcast. And I have one about, you know, the stupidity of words, right? Like, okay. You know the word homophobia, right? It's like this hating, you know, gay people. Which is like, okay. I guess that it's called that because homosexualism, you know? Because you add ism to something, and it's like racism. You know, I guess that just doesn't flow off the tongue. Because I would think, like, homophobia would be like the fear of clones or something. Because, you know, it's a phobia, and then homo means the same. It'd be like the fear of clones. I don't know, I just... I just think that would be cool. I could get a Dawn on for that one. This tea is cold now. This is no longer tepid. Fuck! This is no longer tepid talks. This is like cold talks. This is a cold conversation. What am I even talking about? What am I even on about anymore? I feel like I need something to bounce off of. Oh, something to bounce off of. New video. That's crazy. Yeah. So, the next video would be like... It's a Nuzlocke video this time, instead of just a single Pokemon challenge. And it's like, you know, Pokemon that only evolve with, you know, friendship. And the thing about that is, grinding is cringe, right? We can all agree that grinding is cringe. So, I've just been using, you know, PK Hex to raise their friendship to the max. I don't feel like, you know, grinding friendship on a Pokemon game that I have like a week to beat, you know? So it's like, shit, I gotta do this fast. So I just raised their friendship up. And, you know, sometimes that feels like cheating, right? But honestly, it doesn't feel like cheating for long enough for me to regret it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. You know, being out of a room for so long while somebody else is, like, you know, doing shit in it when you were just doing something and, you know, you just had the recording running, it really makes you lose your entire train of thought. Like... Ooh, hold on. Back on me being a fucking hater. Not a hater, but a constructive... I just outed myself. I'm being somebody who gives constructive criticism. What is this? Oh, what the fuck? But back on the topic of my constructive criticism of the Tables podcast, they should, right? They should get Justin on YouTube logo on for multiple like episodes. You know, make him like a regular instead of just one time, because he's like a life, you know. And the problem with Caden is that he talked too much, is what I've been told. Which, okay, fair. You want to talk more and about like things and shit. Okay, so get somebody who has life and energy, but who talks less, which is like Justin. What else? Shit. Oh, yeah. More constructive. This is really just a Tables podcast review episode, huh? Like, it's called quality content, but I'm really just analyzing what I dislike about something and trying to, like, give suggestions, which could be a whole, you know, series in of itself if it wasn't already part of the Tepid Talks with Diggerphox thing. But, yeah. So, another thing, their upload schedule. It's really bad. It's really bad. They record, like, okay, so in the beginning, they were just recording Discord calls, right? And that was the whole podcast. And for some reason, they could still only do that, like, you know, bi-weekly, which, no. You're recording a Discord call. You can definitely do that more than bi-weekly. And now they have a whole in-person, like, thing, because they have a microphone and a green screen. Which green screen doesn't help. The green screen does not look good at all. Like, it's really upsetting how, like, kind of mid the green screen is. I think the hardest part of the production was definitely the thumbnail. Because everything else just seemed really simple. Like what I'm doing. This is really simple. This is basically what they did. But yeah. Nowadays, their upload schedule is even more, like, strenuous. It can only be, like, monthly. Because, you know, they have to meet up in person and shit. It's like, damn. Well, guess we're not getting any content. And their Discord server is, like, hella dead because of it. I know mine's hella dead, but that's tough. You know, I'm staking less on this, right? They're staking more on this. They've made a financial investment. I haven't. I sit under a blanket with no microphone and talk into a monitor. Everything that I've done is free. All the editing software I use is free. All the audio recording I have is free. All the screen recording I have is free. Hell, even the games I play, I have them through, like, a free software thing, which I've bought the Pokemon games that I'm playing before. This isn't pirating, don't worry about it. But it's not costing me anything now. It's not costing me anything now because I know I'm not gonna blow up, right? There are plenty of channels that do what I do and they don't blow up because the content is generic, you know? Like, as they ask in the interview, it's like, oh, what made you want to do this? And it's like, well, there are already people who do this. The GOATs, people like Madrybread and like Sylph Spectre and Zwigo and shit. And, you know, they make these and they're what made me want to make these. But obviously theirs is going to be better than mine. So why would people watch mine? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like, I'm trying to get to, like, maybe 100 subs by, like, the end of the year, which is, like, a really low goal, right? And it's that low because I'm not staking anything on this, right? It's something I'm going to do for fun. Even though I have, like, a schedule and I spend a lot of time doing it, it's because it's fun, right? It's something that I like to do. I like making those thumbnails and, like, Photoshop. Oh, yeah, and I'm not even, like, I don't even have, like, a subscription to Photoshop or anything. I'm using, like, a browser service. So, yeah, there's nothing being taken out of me there either, right? So, like, but yeah, back to what, I know I'm not gonna get all big and shit, right? Because my shit's mid. You know? Little humble brag that I have alright content. Well, alright in quotations, because only, like, the 4th video I posted is actually of watchable quality. I really don't actually have that much to say. Most of what was in my head, it was like, because I had watched the Tables podcast a little bit earlier, most of what was in my head was like, this shit could use a lot of improvement. And then I lost sight of, like, what the quality content I'm even talking about, you know? Fuck. Oh shit. I gotta throw up. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be off. Yeah, being under here is so hot and shit. But, let's say, what topics can you expect to come to Tepid Talks with Diggerphox? Topic 1 was quality content. What's topic 2? Topic 2 is the concept of podcast. What's topic 3? Topic 3, fucking Peso Pete. I don't know. Shit. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know, I already have the words thing planned, but maybe I will do a video on Peso. You know, fuck it. I'll talk about why he's a big W and shit. I should probably stop recording this. I gotta piss. Alright, listen. Recording's over, fellas. Run my shit up. Run BlueTube logo shit up. Run over to Tables Podcast and type in the comment section, motherfucking Not Digger sent me. And then, you know, talk about the goods of what they've done and talk about, like, what they could do better. You know, give them some suggestions and shit. Give me some suggestions and shit. Go in my comment section. Say some shit. I don't care. Like the video. It doesn't matter. It's all good for me. Even if you tell me, oh, this was fucking ass, here's what you should do, that's fucking great for me. I could use that. I really could. I need that. Alright. I'm fucking gone. Digger out or some shit.